Hello, this is Ollie from Team Bankside, back with another video to show you how to make a finance application using your smartphone or mobile device. Our retail finance partners, V12 Retail Finance, have finally enrolled the ability to make an application very easily on your smartphone. So I wanted to show you how to do that today because it looks completely different now. They've overhauled the entire process, and it's certainly much better if you're going to be using a smartphone, and most of you guys who are on our website are using your smartphone, so it kind of does make sense. But anyway, we're just happy that it's been done, and without further ado, I'm going to show you how you can do it. So we'll press on the navigation, we're going to go to alarms and bankware, filter by brand, and just to do that, just quickly, all you got to do to make this navigation drop down is just press the little arrows you can see. It's the arrows that make the drop down happen. And then we're going to touch on Delkim, and we're going to add something to the cart. So we will go with this one. And just scroll down and add it to the cart. We've been through this stuff here before of how you can see like more details and stuff of the finance application, but just to show you that it completely works on smartphone as it always did. Nothing's changed there, it's just really about the enrollment process of how to make a finance application. So add the item to the cart, and it lets us know. Let's just view the cart. This is what we have in the cart, and we are going to now check out. So this is now the checkout page, in which we are going to fill out our information and then continue to the next step. Let's start by entering our email address. I'm going to jump straight into there and enter an email address we can use. Shipping address, we'll do it all under John's name. Address to shop. And it's GL1943. 684294511, and we're going to continue. So any order which is with on the finance applications does qualify for free delivery, so you don't need to select a delivery method at all. On this, you don't need to pay for courier delivery or anything. It won't come any faster, so you can just pick free delivery when making a finance application. Continue to payment method, and it gives you different options here for you to enter. Well, you can use card, obviously, or PayPal or Apple Pay if it was previous. But obviously, this is just for finance. So I'm going to press apply for finance, and the billing address. If you used a different address before, what you need to make sure of is that when you put your billing address into this section, that it's the same one that's going to be used in your credit reference check, because it's going to be passed over into the application. So we're going to review the order and just make sure everything's correct, and then we're going to complete. So here's our summary section of the order, telling us that the order has been reserved. Now, I say the word reserved because at Bankside Tackle we do operate a live stock control system, which is synchronized between our website and our shop point of sale system. So we do reserve the order for you guys, but what you need to do before you leave this page, what you do need to do is press the big yellow button, which is right at the very top, which says Start Finance Application, because you haven't actually made the finance application yet. We've had a few people that haven't pressed that button and have just left, but there is no finance application that's been made so far. So you must make sure you press the Start Finance Application button. Now, because this is for test purposes, I've already got the page open. So just imagine that we press that Start Finance Application page, then it will take you into this. So this is the new mobile-friendly finance application section. At the top here, you can see we've got steps, step 1 of 6. So again, very easy to see. And this has all been overhauled into the new colours for V12 Retail Finance as well. Note at the top right it says it's a test application, so just so you're aware, there's some parts which we'll miss on this application, but if we do miss, then I will explain at those points which have been missed. It's things like entering the card details and stuff like that. So there's an overview here of the application. Make sure you read this information carefully, and then there's an overview of what the finance actually is. It breaks it all down for you very, very clearly, and you can tick the box there if you don't want to share your information with us, but we would obviously get the finance application, but it's just for the marketing purposes. You can see it there. Let's proceed to step number 2. Okay, so now because this is a test application, there's aspects of this that may not have been pulled through to this form, like in this step we don't capture that part. But if there's any information that is relevant to you, like middle name or former name or anything like that, then make sure you fill that in, because it will help in your application. And just before I proceed, you can see at the bottom there's a loan details button. If you press that button, it will shoot up and it will show you what your finance application is, again, just to remind you in case you've forgotten or you wanted to find it, to save you having to cancel and go back. Are you British? Yes. Put in your material status, select whether you're a homeowner, tenant, or living with friends or family, and then we're going to pop in a date of birth here. Let's just pop in mine so it's easy, and dependents. That's the email address that we used to generate the test application. Your email address would be there if you entered it in the system. Just put a telephone number in there. Oh, that's good. They want a home phone number in there. Okay, so let's just use the shop one, 01684 294 511, and then mobile, pop that one in. Address, we're going to do 11. There we go. Oh, lovely. Picked it up for us already, and we're going to put in how long we've been at the address. Now, it said a minimum of 3 years worth of history. I'm just going to put 5 just for the sake. That's what usually you would see. They're only requesting 3 years, which is nice. It means you don't have to fill out another address if you've moved in the last 3 years. This is the employment section. Now, everything on this is important that you do fill out. You can't skip any of these bits. So we're going to say employed, and we're going to make a selection. Employer name, I'm going to put this under Bankside Tackle. So you would pop in the company you work for, your occupation, work telephone number. All this is pretty standard stuff, to be honest with you. You'll kind of get this on all applications that you would make for finance. Should just come up again. Okay. And how long have you been there? We're going to say 5 years again, and move on to the next step. So that is step 4 of 5 complete. Then this is the section that you would pop in your bank details for. Obviously these have been pre-selected because it's a test application, so you just pop in your sort code and account number. So they've been there for 5 years, 5 months. Step 6, select if you don't want them to keep in touch with you from the finance company. It's up to you whether you do select that or don't select that. We're going to say no for the purpose of this video. Okay, so this is quite an interesting bit. I think this is even new actually. So if you don't want to receive the documentation electronically and you want it through the post, then tick the box. I mean, I personally would want everything through my email as opposed to the post. but you have the option there. We're going to tick the box at the bottom to submit to say that we understand that we're going to do a credit check on us, obviously, because if we are making a finance application, that's pretty standard stuff. Press proceed, and then it will give you a decision on whether you've been approved or not. If you haven't been approved for this for your application, then obviously you're not going to be able to go any further with it. If you have been approved, then obviously now we're going to proceed. If it may say holding or pending, in which case they might need a bit more information from you, in which case then they will get in contact with you to ask any questions which they do have. So what you will notice here with the red exclamation marks is that this is a test application, so we're going to skip the part where we actually fill out our card details. However, with your application, what you would do is you would press next, and then it will show you an area here for you to enter your card details, which is so that you can pay your deposit. We're going to skip that part, and then this will be the page that you would see after you've entered your card details. This is running through some terms just to kind of clarify things prior to proceeding. Make sure you read them through carefully and that you're happy with them. If you are happy, make sure you press that you confirm that you've read the terms and conditions, and then press next. And then here is the option for, not the option, sorry, this is the section where you will enter in a signature so that you're showing that you are happy that, and you're agreeing to the agreement. You just press continue. It's going to create the documentation for us, and then it will say it's ready. You press next. This is the information or the documentation for the agreement. Then you would read through this and make sure that you're happy with it, and you would tick the box at the bottom, and then you'll press proceed at the bottom, or bottom right hand side as I said. This is the credit agreement, the terms and conditions of the credit agreement, and all you need to do is the green box that you can see in the bottom right hand corner. You touch that, and then you can enter in your name. No, we didn't even need to do that, I just did it. That was quick. That was even different from the last time. So we just touched the button and it already signed it for us. And now it's finished. All done. So on your smartphone, you just touch the button and it will work for you. Go back to the website and you're finished. All done. There's Pooley in the picture at the top, thanking you for your application with any information that you might need. Then it tells you in this text area here. If you need to give us a call from your smartphone, you can touch that straight away and give us a call, or you can send us a message on Messenger, which obviously you can touch the button in the bottom left hand corner as well. That is now an application, a full application, I should say. It's a full application for your finance on banksidetackle.co.uk. What will happen now is that our team will pack your order and will ship your order. It will be shipped to the address which was on the finance application and will be with you very, very soon. If you have any questions at all about this video or about any of our finance processes, then please feel free to give us a call. You can do so on 01684 294 511. You can send us an email, or of course you can drop us a line on Facebook Messenger or come in store. We can do finance applications for you in the shop as well, so it's not a problem at all if you wanted to do that as opposed to doing it yourself. But I do hope that this video has been useful for you and helpful, and that it answers any questions that you may have had. But as I said, feel free to drop us a message if you have any further questions. Thank you very much and happy fishing!